The so-called peace plan proposed by China was officially published on the website of the country's foreign ministry on February 24th. The document, China's position on the political resolution of the crisis in Ukraine, consists of 12 points. The first of them calls for respect for the sovereignty of all states, without clarification.
It is very important that by stating this, China also makes it clear that they will not recognize those territories that Russia has occupied, but at the same time they further meet the next paragraph that China stands for the refusal of the Cold War mentality. It means that the security of all countries must be taken into account, and here lies the claim of Russia, which says that the alleged expansion of NATO why Russia started the war.
In the document, none of the paragraphs contains the word war. Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine is seen in China as a conflict and a Ukrainian crisis.
China itself, as a country that calls for negotiations, misses the fact that Russia has occupied part of the Ukrainian territory, and it has not only occupied but illegally incorporated it into its constitution. Ignoring this fact, it levels out some of China's statement for dialogue.
Reacting to China's proposed peace plan, the White House said the Russian-Ukrainian war could end as soon as tomorrow if Russia stops attacking Ukraine.
My first reaction to it is that it could stop at point 1, which is to respect the sovereignty of all nations. Ukraine wasn't attacking Russia, NATO wasn't attacking Russia, the United States wasn't attacking Russia. This was a war of choice waged by Putin. Jake Sullivan, National Security Advisor to the President of the United States, from a CNN article.
European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen also reacted to China's peace plan. She said that the document should be considered taking into account the fact of relations between China and Russia.
It's not a peace plan, but principles that they shared. You have to see them against a specific backdrop, and that is the backdrop that China has taken side by signing, for example, an unlimited friendship right before the invasion, Russia's invasion in Ukraine started.
According to NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, the North Atlantic Alliance does not have confidence in China. After all, for a year of full-scale war of Russia against Ukraine, official Beijing has not condemned the criminal actions of the Russian Federation.
So first of all, China doesn't have much credibility because they have not been able to condemn the illegal invasion of Ukraine. And they also signed, just days before the invasion, an agreement between President Xi and President Putin on limitless partnership with Russia.
Moscow reacted positively to the plan proposed by China as expected, since the 10th point, the termination of unilateral sanctions, implies, in their opinion, the lifting of Western sanctions against Russia, and the clause cessation of hostilities does not carry specifics that it is Russia that should withdraw its troops from the territory of a sovereign state.
I believe that this is a very precise document which complies with all accepted norms of international law and which should be guaranteed by the rights and obligations declared by the UN. It will be difficult for anyone not to take into account China's opinion on the possibility of resolving this conflict. Many of these requirements stem from the security guarantees we announced at the end of 2021. Alexei Chepa, first deputy chairman of the Committee of the State Duma of Russia, in an interview with Lenta.ru.
During a press conference on the anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky once again commented on the proposals made by China.
It seems to me that this is an important signal, as long as I perceive it as a signal. I don't know what will happen next. It depends on the next steps. I want to believe that China will be on the side of a just world, so on our side. I will tell you frankly that this is important for me. I really want to believe that China will not supply weapons to Russia, and for me it is very important. This is point number 1. We should speak only when we see concrete steps. Now I see the idea. If there is not the meaning that I consider most important for myself, respect for territorial integrity, which means the withdrawal of all Russian troops, then this point does not suit us, in the sense in which it is now formulated, if it is true.
Volodymyr Zelensky added that he plans to meet with Chinese leader Xi Jinping. According to the president of Ukraine, this will benefit the two states and security in the world. Reported by Serhiy Kulyas, Yulia Bil, UATV News.